पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो मारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you, live at zero complaint level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. In second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna heard. For him, the message was Karmande Vadhikaraste Ma Phaleshu Kadachana. But then, after that particular message, Bhagavan Krishna started glorifying knowledge, buddhi. See? And in those 4 or 5 verses, he used the word buddhi 8 times. And ultimately he said, Yada te moha kalilam buddhir vyati tarishyati tada gantasi nirvedam shrotavyasya shrutasya cha. When your mind, your buddhi is so much in a confusion that you will not be able to understand anything. Therefore, first, let our mind, intellect or the buddhi be steady. Then you can understand. Normally what happens? We are listening, but we are hearing, but we are not listening. See? Because the mind is constantly running here and there. And therefore, Arjuna's question is our question. So he asked, Sthita prajnasya ka bhasha samadhistasya keshava sthitadhi kim prabhasheta kim asita vrajeta kim. He has a doubt. Is it possible that there is somebody whose wisdom never gets corrupted? If it is, then what is the meaning of meditation? See? Because we are told, do meditation, meditation. Bhagavan Krishna answers 4 ways. Because 4 questions. Sthita prajnasya ka bhasha samadhistasya keshava sthitadhi kim prabhasheta kim asita vrajeta kim. 4 questions are asked. We'll take only first question. So he says, what is the meaning of meditation sadhana for a man of steady wisdom? Should he sit in the morning 1 hour and suffer silently? What is the meaning? Bhagavan Krishna tells, very simple words. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan atmannevatmana tushtaha sita prajna sadocchate. What is the meaning of a man of steady wisdom? Our wisdom is for others. Wisdom made available for others is philosophy. And philosophy practiced in one's life is wisdom. See the difference? So, Bhagavan Krishna answers this. The first thing he says, Prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanogatan. Hey Arjun, when we do not entertain even a single desire in our mind. Is it possible? Yes. That is the path of devotion. जो थारी राय सो मारी राय. Nothing wrong happens in our life. Every single event is designed for our evolution. See? So, whatever is happening is perfectly alright. No complaint, no confusion, no chaos. Then, does it mean he is in depression? Let's go for a walk. No, what is there to go for a walk? Why? Since I am realized I am having this problem, किसी में interest ही नहीं है. That is not the meaning. Therefore, Atmannevatmana tushtaha. One is at peace with himself. That is the meaning of steady wisdom. See, friends. And in this manner, Bhagavan goes further and ultimately says, when a wise man lives in this world, what is his standpoint? And what is the standpoint of the other wise man? See? Two standpoints. The wise man's standpoint is, when the ignorant people are slipping to the divine presence in and around them, to that divine presence the wise man is awakened. And the ignorant people are awakened to this relative world as real. To that relative world, the wise man is sleeping. See? This is the difference between wise and otherwise. And in this manner, Bhagavan takes him through, and in the same chapter, at the end of the second chapter, Bhagavan Krishna says, Esha Brahmi Sthiti Partha Nainam Prapya Vimuhyati. Hey Arjun, if you recognize your divine nature, Brahmi Sthiti, what is the Brahmi Sthiti? Brahmi Sthiti is, there is a perception of otherness, but there is no recognition of otherness. It looks contradiction. It is not. When our tongue gets beaten by our teeth, tongue and teeth are separate from each other. They are not the same. So when our tongue is beaten by our teeth for some whatever reason, then will the tongue complain and take the teeth for uprooting? No. Meaning what? Perception of otherness is not the problem. See? When the otherness is perceived and therefore our behavior starts changing, Mayaru Mora Toratay Maya, Tulsidaji Maharaj writes. And this is how the life makes a mess of our life. Therefore, we have to recognize this truth. Everything is Bhagwan's Leela going on. And in Leela, in a drama, we have to play our role. See, in Vrindavan, once I was attending one Ras Leela. So, they have specially organized, and therefore I was given a separate seat and all that. So I was watching. And after that whole thing was over, I went and did namaskar to Radha and Krishna. Then those organizers, they say, Swamiji, how do you like? I said, what is there to like? Bhagwan Ram and Bhagwan Krishna and Radhaji, what more you want in life? I said, tell me something about them. And I was shocked. Radhaji was a boy, not a girl. And then they told, we always have the boy as Radhaji, and we select a most handsome, giggling, laughing, happy boy. But what happens we do not know. The moment his makeup is made, some metamorphosis happens. And he becomes calm and quiet and steady. See? All his earlier thing disappears. Because now he is aware that he is playing the role. But that time also he doesn't forget that he is a boy. This is the meaning. We all have to play various roles in our life. But don't carry the burden of the role all the time. See, friends, it is so important. And this is what is real spiritual practice. Continue to be whatever you are, mother, father, brother, sister, in-law, outlaw, continue. But don't carry that load the whole life on. See, friends. Therefore, when we focus attention on this I, so who is this I? See? Who is I and who am I? Yesterday we have seen the one which is supporting all the experiences without becoming an experiencer. See? He is supporting the waking experiences without becoming a waker, supporting the dream experiences without becoming a dreamer, supporting the deep sleep experiences without going to sleep, supporting the meditation experiences without becoming a meditator. Therefore, Bhagavan says, Mattaha smriti jnanam apohanancha. I support waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi. This I is worthy of knowing. Vedasya sarvi ahameva vedya. This is what is the ultimate of this Bhagavad Gita or all the scriptures. Now, what is this I? So we will try to understand these two questions. Who is I and who am I? So here Bhagavan is telling, who is I? Repeat after me. Dvavimau purushau loke Ksharascha eva cha Ksharas sarvani bhutani Kutastokshara uchyate. Now here, if you read it grammar wise, then we will misunderstand this mantra. Dvau ivo purushau loke. In this world, there are two purushas. See, which are those? Kshara and Akshara. What is the Kshara? Kshara sarvani bhutani. All the things and beings are subject to modification. And Kutastha Akshara iti uchyate. And Kutastha Kutavat tishtati. Kuta means the anvil on which the blacksmith or goldsmith, they heat the steel or the gold and modify. But the support, it doesn't change. In the same manner, there are two aspects. It appears as if we are talking about two. No. One Purusha, he alone is appearing as if he has become two. See? Dvau imo purushau loke. In this world, there are two aspects. One is the constantly changing aspect, and other is unchanging reality. So naturally we will understand that they are two separate from each other. No. Kshara sarvani bhutani kutasto kshara uchyate. So here we have to take an example to understand. Be very attentive. If you take a fire and apply to water in a pan, water will absorb or manifest only the heat aspect. Light aspect of the fire will not be manifested in the heated water. Does it mean therefore heat or the fire has only the heat and no light? Then you take another piece of wood, apply the fire to that. There both the things will manifest, heat and light. So what is that which is making the difference? The difference is the upadhi, the condition through which the same reality is expressing. In the same manner, the same reality where expresses through a condition where Chetana is not manifested, that is the inert world. And the second conditioning where along with the existence Chetana is also manifested, that is the Chetana. Therefore, sabame sabapara apaviraje jada chetana me dolata. See, the same reality is supporting both the jada and the chetana. The differences are not in the reality but in the conditioning through which the expressions are happening. Like electricity. Expressing through the bulb expresses as light. Expressing through the heater expresses as heat. Does it mean that there are two types of electricities? The differences are only on account of the conditioning through which it is expressing. See friends. Therefore, one reality is expressing as the jada and the chetana. Kshara sarvani bhutani, constantly changing world, and the one which is supporting all the changes. This is how the one reality is appearing as two. But if you take the routine translation, then we will have the misunderstanding. Oh, there are two Purushas, one is changing, other is not changing. No. Changes are illusions, they are not real. See? Like take another example. Only in the bulb, only bulb you take. There is no light in that bulb. You take only electricity. There is no light in electricity. When the light comes, when the electrical energy goes through the bulb, light comes. Exactly the same way. Only in matter, in Prakriti, there is no samsara. See, 5 great elements and the things which are happening all around the world, there is no samsara. See? So, one aspect is that which is constantly changing, and the second aspect is that when you take the electricity to go through the bulb, light comes, there the Chetana comes. Therefore, the same reality is supporting both the inert world in the form of is, and the sentient world also is. See? Everything is recognized only as existence. Everything. Phone is, table is, flower is, man is, electricity is, wise is, otherwise is, joy is, misery is. This existence is a common denominator. Therefore, in Kathopanishad, at the end, it is said, Asti iti upalabdhavyaha tattva bhavena prasidati. Our experience should be only that of being. See? So, this being that I am, Vedasya sarvai ahameva vedya, this aham, this being that is, when the conditioning is the gross body, a waker is born. When the same reality, the one reality, the aham, conditioning is the subtle body, a dreamer is born. Then the same reality, conditioning is absence of these two bodies, then the deep sleeper is born. So because of the conditioning, one appears to have become many. Behind the 5 sense organs, there is one mind. Behind the likes and dislikes of the mind, joy and sorrows of the mind, there is one I. Behind the many eyes, there is one Chetana. See? And behind the Chetana, there is one Chaitanya. The real spiritual practice is start from where you are and reach to what you are. So who am I is the beginning, and who is I is the end. See, friends. So, Dvau imau purucho loke ksharascha kshara evacha kshara sarvani bhutane kutastho kshara uchyate. Now continuing further, the teacher says, next one, Satra 17 mantra, Uttama purushasvanyaha Paramatmetyudarutaha Yo lokatrayamavishya Vibhartavyaya Ishvaraha. So now here we'll read a little bit of grammar. See? In English, there are 3 persons. In every language, there are 3 persons. I am talking to you, this I is the first person singular. Talking to you, you is the first person, rather the second person singular. I am talking about Bhagwan Krishna, so he is the third person singular. See? So what is the world? World is a game of 3 persons. Is it not our life? When I talk to you about him or her, samsara is born. Now out of this, which is real. If the third person is not there, doesn't matter. If the second person is not there, doesn't matter. But if the first person is not there, second and third person have no existence. In Sanskrit, these three persons are indicated by different words. First person singular is indicated as Uttama Purush. Then the second person is indicated as Madhyam Purush. And the third person is indicated as Pratham Purush. See? So, Uttama Purushaha tu Anya. It is said, who is the Uttama Purusha? One is the world, table, worldly things, etc. Third person. That means the Pratham Purusha of the Sanskrit. Then, who is talking? I am talking about this world. देखो माइक वाला कोई है? He is not hearing the mic.
Somebody is inside.
Can you hear me without mic? If you cannot hear, move your ears or come nearer.
दूसरा माइक चल रहा है क्या?
देखो जरा.
उपेंद्र भाई आज जो लियो ना सत्या जी चल रहा है, आ गया.
आपके कर कमलों की आवश्यकता थी. So, when I see the third person, the world, inert world, then I comment. This is good, this is bad, this is required, this is not required. And about the world, somebody who comments is the Kutastha, the experiencer. And what will be the experience? This is good, this is bad, this is wanted, this is not wanted, it should be like that, it should be like that. A samsari is born. And Uttama Purusha is what? Uttama Purusha, the ultimate reality, is supporting the inert world, also supporting the experiences of the experiencer, and yet beyond them. Understand these three things. When I talk about the table, this is, in English only I tell you, this is the third person. The table is perfect height. Then my comment, it is so nicely made, well decorated. I like it. And the third, that is the ultimate Uttam Purusha, is whether the table is there or not, how does it matter? But if I get influenced by anything in this world, somebody is born. Although we go through the experiences, and yet nobody is born. This is what we tell you, a simple spiritual practice. Experience without experiencer. How can it happen? Dekho suno. Dekho suno is the third person. And you are seeing and hearing, and you comment, the second person. If you don't comment, the ultimate reality. Meaning, experiences happen, but let experiencer be not born. That is the Uttam Purusha. And for that we are seen in the earlier verse. Mattaha smriti jnanam apohanancha. Who says, I had a good sleep but bad dreams in between? It is this Uttama Purusha. He supported the waking experiences of the waker without becoming a waker. He supported the dream experiences of the dreamer without becoming a dreamer. He supported the deep sleep experience of absence of everything, but he was never absent. He is the Uttama Purusha. Therefore, friends, one of the simplest and the most effective spiritual practice is Dekho, Suno, Mat Bolo. Try. We have that default settings. About everything we have a comment. About everything we evaluate. About everything we want appreciation. About everything we want recognition. And this is how the samsara is born. See, friends, the first Bharat Ratna was one Dr. Matre, who was responsible for establishing the ONGC in India. That time V.V. Giri was the president. So that Dr. Matre was conferred with the Bharat Ratna and all that. And after some time he died and all that. Then I happened to go to his house to see his wife. Old, dilapidated, and sitting in a corner, and the whole house in a mess. So what could I talk? Simply I was seeing what is there on the wall. There was this Bharat Ratna. See, all dust, dirty, it's just a paper. See, friends, because somebody tells you are good, therefore I am good. No, we know we are. We don't require anybody's authentication for our being. See? And for that, this is the spiritual practice. So, Uttama Purushatu Anna, Paramatma iti Udaruta. He is called as Paramatma. So, one is the Anatma, the world. Second is the Jivatma, you and me. Third is Paramatma. The world has no problem. Water is flowing, no problem. The fire is hot, no problem. Air is moving, no problem. Earth is going around, no problem. The problem comes to us. So inert world is also Paramatma. Then there is no problem there. Then the Jivatma. Now is the Jivatma real? Now here we have to understand. How Jivatma is born? How a soul is born? A soul is born when the expression of the reality through a conditioning is recognized as real. Then the soul is born. Like man is divine. Conditioning is wife. Expression of the man through the conditioning of the wife is called as husband. Who is miserable? It is the husband, not the man, not the wife. See, friends, recognize this simple thing. And therefore, when a marriage happens, is somebody born? One couple, they are talking to me. The husband said, Swamiji, you should tell my wife. She should respect me. I am elder than her. But she just brushes me like dust. I said, look here. I will take her side. Why? Because she gives me food, you don't give. Then I told him, did you get married together or one after another? Now we got married together. So age-wise, husband and wife are equal. Then I asked, how many years you are married? Swamiji, we are married for 15 years. I said, another 4 years you will fight. Thereafter everything will be cool. How can you say like that? I said, 15 is what? Teenage. 4 years, 19. When the 19 teenage is over, then it is easier to deal with the known enemy than to deal with the unknown friend. See, life becomes light. But we become so serious in our life because we take that dumb husband as a reality. Husband is not the reality. The man is the reality. Then what the husband should do? Karnataka. See? When the wife is talking, keep quiet. When she is quiet, don't talk. You have learned Bhagavad Gita. See, friends, so simple it is not difficult. And that is called Paramatma iti udarutaha. If the wife goes away, nothing happens to man, and also nothing happens to husband also. When the wife dies, do you think the husband becomes a widow? No, he will get married again. See, friends, therefore, this is the basic of spiritual life. We have to go through all the experiences, but keep this in mind. Do not become an experiencer. And for that, follow my technique. Be a follower, don't be a leader. And in every house, the wife should be the leader, husband should be the follower. In that house, peace will prevail. But if the husband is going to poke his nose everywhere, then there will be Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre, Samaveta Yuyutsavaha, Mamaka Pandavaschaiva, Kima Kurvata Sanjaya. Mahabharata will start. See? These are, every day you can see this example everywhere in life. See, we are not only husband, we have got to play so many roles. But that husband becomes so intoxicated that then his own child comes and says, Papa, we have to go for a movie. Oh, why? Because instead of a Papa, the husband is expressing. See, friends, play your role. You know why we behave so funny through this conditioning? One man was walking somewhere and he had been a very peculiar gait. So I asked him, hey, excuse me, what is your shoe number? You can imagine a Babaji asking somebody in a 5-star hotel, what is your shoe number? So he said, why you are asking me like this? I said, because you have put one number less shoe. Then he said, yes, you are perfectly right. So then he told his story. I selected a shoe and came to the counter, gave the money and went home. Now while coming I put on and I was feeling a little uncomfortable. But now it is difficult to walk. Moral of the story. If one number shoe you put on, how funny we walk. That Ananta Koti Brahmanda Nayak Paramatma expressing through this shoe, that funny behavior is the soul or the jiva. What is to be done? Remove the shoes. See, friends, don't carry the burden of buddies on your head. Play your role perfectly well. There is no compromise in that. Therefore, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% followed by Karnataka. Don't get involved beyond requirement. See, all those who think they are very responsible, they are dumb. See, a responsible person is never miserable. Because he is playing his role perfectly well. There is no compromise in that. Therefore, friends, Uttama Purusha Paramatma iti udarutaha. If we are allowing the divinity to express through us, then we come to know that we only support everything, good or bad. We only support gain or loss. We only support the success and failure. Therefore, we are someone other than that. See? Waking and dream are the experiences where everything is existing. Deep sleep is an experience where nothing is existing. Because of the waking and dream experiences, nothing is added to us. And when we are in the deep sleep, we don't lose anything. Because we are supporting all of them. Mattaha smriti jnanam apohanancha. That is what is our essential nature. And Lokatraya Mavisha Vivarti Avya Ishvara. So Lokatraya, these are the three worlds we live. Waking, dream and deep sleep. Vivarti supports. So all these three experiences are supported, Vivarti, Avyaya Ishvara, but remains unchanged, uncontaminated and uninfluenced Ishvara. We are not influenced by anything, only recognize this, friend. Karna kuch nahi hai. This example, eyes are eliminating red, green, blue, man, woman, young, old, stone, bricks, but eyes don't get influenced. So not getting influenced by anything is our natural state. Getting influenced by something is abnormal. And how we get influenced? When experience creates an experiencer. Therefore, to stop the experiencer being born, the technique we have given you. Dekho, suno, mat bolo. No comments, no evaluation, no suggestion, no expectation, no nothing. Whatever you have to do it and forget about it. That's it. That is the reason one of the technique I follow. Before taking food, I tell, the food is wonderful. Because afterwards, if you tell, you have to tell lies. And when you have to tell the lies, you get the sin. And therefore I do japa. See, friends, no comments on anything. See. Now I am talking to you. This is what you are thinking. But friends, I am addressing my mind. See? You are all greater than the greatest. You are all my gurus. In spite of your worldly problems, you still have time to spend with divine. And we are full-fledged, committed, and yet we complain. What right we have got to complain? We have no right on anybody. Therefore, if you really want to discover the truth, write off your rights right away before they perform your rights right now. Try. We have no right on anybody in this world. We don't have right even on ourselves. See, I never wanted to say, no, I should not speak, but then we speak. See, friends, therefore, let the Paramatma express through us. See? After this is done, now the 18th mantra, Yasmat Ksharamati Toham Aksharadapi Chottamaha Atosmi Loke Vedecha Prathita Purushottamaha. Yasmat, because Ksharam Atitaha Aham. I am beyond the changing world, Kshara. And Aksharadapi Chottamaha. And I am also beyond the experiencer of the changes. So two things. Changes and experiencer of the changes. If the experiencer is born, he is called as the Jiva. And the world that is changing is the Kshara Purusha. Bhagavan says, Yasmat, because I am beyond the world and the experiencer of the world. Therefore, Aham Uttamaha. This is what I told you. First person singular is Uttam Purusha. Second person plural is Madhyam Purusha. And third person plural is the third, the Pratham Purusha in Sanskrit. Because I am, therefore you are. Because I am and you are, therefore we talk about him or her. If I am not there, you don't exist for me. When you don't exist for me, to whom I will talk about what? Think. Give it a try. One technique I'll tell you to discover this Uttam Purusha. According to our scriptures, all our sense organs are capable of hearing or capable of functioning outer world as well as inner world. Think, this you will not get anywhere. Look within yourself. When you take, let's take a hot cup of tea. So outside it is hot. And when you take that hot cup of tea, inside you feel the heat. Outside you take mirchi to eat. Inside also that burning sensation comes. Outside we hear the sounds. Inside also we hear the sound. When the Madhya Pradesh is on strike, we hear that. So, sense organs are not functioning only outer world. They also function inner world. Now, give it a try. You'll see the whole life will change. Now you are hearing me? Yes. Now try to, not hear, try to listen to your heartbeats. Initially, many seekers start hearing the heartbeat in their ears. But when you spend more time on this practice, you will start hearing the heartbeats right in your heart. See? Give it a try. Yasmat ksharamati toham aksharaadapi chottamaha. We are not in favor of chitta vritti nirodha. No. Let there be thoughts. Don't get disturbed. See? Listen to the world as you listen to satsang. We have heard so many times, so many things. It makes no difference to us. In the same manner, when we hear the worldly things, it makes a difference. Then you are not a real seeker. Be a sincere seeker. Dekho suno mat bolo. See? Yasmat ksharamati toham. So the sounds are kshara changing. Akshara adapi chottamaha. And I am the hearer, akshara. Whatever sound comes, good or bad, I am still hearing that. And atosmi loke vedecha, and therefore I am beyond the world of experience and the experiencer of the world, and therefore atosmi loke vedecha pradita purushottamaha. Therefore in the world and in the Vedas, the reality is called as Purushottama. Uttama Purush. See? With the Sanskrit grammar rules, Uttama Purusha is who is I. And the Akshara Purusha is who am I. See? Akshara is changing. In the world, Akshara Purusha not changing, the experiencer. Whether there is a joy, I am the experiencer of the joy. If there is a misery, I am experiencer of the misery. So I am supporting both. Therefore, who am I? I am the one who is playing the role according to the conditionings. And therefore, friends, all the spiritual practice is working on our mind. No complaints. Work on that. Discover new techniques yourself. See? Then slowly you will discover. One or two examples I'll tell you. Whatever thing or being or anything we have given importance, that becomes the seed for thought process. As much you think about your children, do you think about the children of the other world? No. Because we have given so much importance to them, as if they are the only children in this whole universe. And anything good or bad happens, we are disturbed. See? And then we want to justify that. But is it not our responsibility to be disturbed? No. Do your job perfectly well. But don't get disturbed because of that. The disturbance is the strong I. See, friends. Therefore, again and again, learn this. Whatever we have given importance, that becomes the cause of disturbance in the mind. Learn. When you see the sea, ocean, there also you can learn. This is the meaning of living spiritual life. The waves do not come from outside on the ocean. They come from within. But how they come from within? When there is pressure, air pressure on the surface of the sea, the waves come out. In the same manner, when there is a surface of the worldly things in the form of the relations, then that pressure creates on the mind and the thoughts come out. So, if we are really devoted to Lord, a devotee is never disturbed. For that mantra is, जो थारी रहा है सो मारी रहा है. There was one great saint, you all know the name, Lahiri Mahashay. When he came from his work, he was a government servant those days in the 18th or 19th century. So he came home, and the moment he is to come into his house, the people will be sitting in the front room, small one, and he will sit there and start his talks on Bhagavad Gita. So when he just started, somebody told that just now your son died, his body is there. He said, okay, keep it, okay, we'll see what to do. And he completed his satsang. And thereafter he did everything. Does it mean he had no love for his child? This is the simplest spiritual practice. Wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100%. You have to do nothing in life. See? But our condition is, एक दिल के टुकड़े हजार हुए, कोई यहाँ गिरा, कोई वहाँ गिरा. Then if you practice this as spiritual practice, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, do it beautifully, perfectly well. After that, forget about it. Drop it. Never carry the burden. So yasman ksharamati to ham akshara andavichottavaha. So I am beyond the jiva. So neither the body identification is real, nor the notion that the jiva, the soul, is real. See, friend, we can do nothing about the reflection in the mirror. Can't do nothing. But what happens? Take an example. If we stand in front of the mirror, we have our experience. And if a bird stands in front of the mirror, what is his experience? He takes the reflection in the mirror as real and start pecking. And why he is there? He is like that, he is like that. And then struggles, then goes behind the mirror. He has gone, I think. Again he comes, still there. Then he does sadhana. he does yoga. And after the eyes open, again still there, oh, yoga is not useful. Then he will be doing the pranayama. He does pranayama and still it is there. Oh God, what to do? Then let me do the japa. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Oh, still there. Oh, this is not a powerful mantra. What should I do? What should I do? Kurute Ganga Sagar Gamanam Vrata Paripalanam Atavadanam. Let me give charity. Let me go to Ganges and spoil the Ganges and all that. But even then it is not going. And out of anger he hits so badly to that mirror, the mirror breaks. And there are more reflections coming. Oh God, what is happening? He may do anything. It will not end. Thumb rule. Recognition of the illusion as an illusion is the only way to go beyond illusions. See? Illusion means mithya. One couple asked me, Swamiji, give us both together common mantra so that we will not fight. Non-fighting mantra you give. I said, okay, it's very simple. What you call to your wife, I call her honey. I said, what you call to your husband, I call him chewing gum. Very good. Now you start addressing mithya honey, and you reply, mithya chewing gum. Mithya means it's not real. Kindly try to separate the man from the husband. In US, in one of my retreats, there was one white person, first time he came, and he asked me this question. Swamiji, you are these Indian ladies, they have a.com on their forehead. What is the meaning of that? I said, the meaning is your chance is gone. She is already married. You can't do nothing about it. But then what is for the man? I said, no need. From the face you know, married. See? There is a glow on the face of the married man. See, friends, take life lightly in the light of wisdom. Don't become serious. Seriousness happens when we give importance to something. Like yesterday I told you some bad event happened. So Swamiji, what should be done? I said, don't discuss, close the topic. But we keep on discussing, he was such a nice person, he has done so much, and you want to maintain that misery. See, just drop it. Learn to remain in the present. So, never talk about your past and don't ask anybody about their past. But just now you told one example about the past. Yes, I told. Then, that experience from which you have learned does not create an impact on your mind. Impact is in the form of likes and dislikes and memory. But when you learn from an experience, it is wisdom. Wisdom is not a problem to the mind. Like in our childhood, we touched sometime the fire, we got burnt. So we have learned fire burns. And therefore, we don't have likes and dislikes for the fire. On the contrary, with that wisdom, we learn how to deal with the fire so that the burning ability becomes an asset, not a liability. Apply the same principle. You are growing wise. See? Therefore, yasmat charamati tuham akshara vichottamaha. These are the two steps on the spiritual path. Freedom from body identification. And the second one is giving up the wrong notion, we are a soul. We are not a soul, we are divine. Friends, Bhagavad Gita tells us, there is no liberation for I. We have to discover liberation from I. What is the liberation for I? Liberation for I is I am fed up because of my wife, therefore I want to divorce. Liberation from I. Now, liberation is what? No more I is disturbed, no more I is born. So, liberation for I is divorce. Liberation from I, in spite of the wife, you are happy. Without divorce. Liberation from I. Therefore, this world has always been like this thing. There is nothing new in this world. थोड़े गम है, थोड़ी खुशियाँ, ये जीवन है. अतोस्मि लोके वेदे च प्रथित पुरुषोत्तमः. And after this, next verse, यो मामेवम सम्मूढ़ो जानाति पुरुषोत्तमम् स सर्वविद् भजति माम् सर्वभावेन भारत. भारत, भा means knowledge. भास्कर, भानु, प्रतिभा, भाभा, आभा. Bha is knowledge. Like, hey Bharata, the one who is reveling in knowledge, to that this is addressed. Yo mam evam asamoodaha janati purushottam. Yo asamoodaha mam evam janati purushottamam. He who thus recognizes me as the divine being, the ultimate. Friends, where knowing and being is merged in one, that is the experience of realization. Knowing and being is one. I know this is a phone, but I also know I am not the phone. But when it comes to me, do you know yourself? Yes, I know. Are you there? Let me check whether I am there or not. No. That experience where knowing and being is one is God realization. Now, how do we know this? Do we use the sense organs? No. Do we use the mind? No. Do we use the intellect? No. Therefore, what is the ultimate reality? That experience which does not involve operation of sense organs, mind and intellect is the ultimate truth. And because this being the truth, wise people keep their mouth shut. Mauna vyakya prakatita para brahma tattvam yuvanam. See? Yo asamoodaha mam evam purushottamam janati. In this manner, he who recognizes his divine nature, then sa sarvavid bhajati mam sarvabhavena bharata. Sa sarvavid. He has known all that is to be worthy of knowing in this world. And sarvabhavena is not that I am divine but you are not divine. No. The sense of otherness has disappeared. Although the perception of otherness is valid. See? In devotion, Hanumanji's one shloka comes from Valmiki Ramayana. That is the most wonderful verse. Deha buddhyatu dasosmi jiva buddhyatvadam shakaha atma buddhyatvamevaham iti me nishchitamati. When I think myself to be a body, deha buddhyatu dasosmi. O Lord, I am thy servant. And who is a servant? Servant is the one who is insult proof. See? Suppose this lady is my boss and I am the servant. So what the boss will do? Try to show off to the people how great he is. And then he will be scolding the servant. Hey, get water for everybody. These days these servants are so useless, they don't understand anything. When this is said, all the onlookers, they will never feel that the servant is insulted. But if the servant, I, reply, how much water you want? Are you a tanker or what? Enough. If I give back, Immediately, see, he is inserting. Wherever you are inserted, you have gone away from the divine. See, friends, shallow waters, even a dry leaf falls, there will be wrinkles. In the deep ocean, even the whole ship sinks, nothing happens. Where are we living? Are we living at the surface level of our personality or in the depth of our personality? See? Everywhere you can learn this divine principle. See? Once I was in some Chinese hotel with my friend, and there was a very big aquarium. And he was talking to them to get some kind of food for us, what they can give us. So I took my camera and I was taking the shots. So he asked me, Swamiji, what are you taking pictures? I said, you imagine? Or you may be taking fish. I said, no. Then there's a big snake in that. I said, no. Then maybe a decoration inside. He said, no. I don't know then. I said, I am taking the picture of the water. What is there to take the picture of the water? I said, you think? There's nothing to think. I said, this is where I think. At the surface of the waters in the aquarium, there are bubbles because of the air and there is movement. But as you go deeper and deeper in the waters, the fish move here and there, but there are no ripples, there are no waves. Number one. Number two. When you add more fish to that aquarium, there is no burden for the waters. And when you remove all the fish from the waters, there is no loss to the waters. Is it not our experience? See, when I see 50 of you, instead of 50 you become 5,000, will it be a burden to my vision? If you all go away, will there be any loss? Mechanical chanting, Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamadaja, Purnamadaja, Khana khilao. The words must carry meaning. Then only it has impact. So, yo mam evam asamudo janati purushado, sa sarvavid bhajati mam. He has known all that is worthy of knowing in this world. And what is to be known? Bhajati mam. See, ultimate is only keep your mind tuned in Lord's name. Whatever name you are taking. Now one short I'll tell you. What is the purpose of chanting Lord's name? Purpose is to control the mind. Mind has got thoughts. And the thoughts create a flow of thoughts. And we get carried away by that flow of thoughts. Not by the thoughts, but the flow of thoughts. To arrest this flow of thoughts, we are told chant Lord's name. So when you chant Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, complete in itself. Give a gap. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. This is also a thought. I want a cup of tea. They should give me early morning. I don't know why they don't give. So whenever the theme is finite, thought flow will be formed. When the theme is infinite, thought flow will not be formed. It is for this purpose Lord's name is chanted. You know, chanting is like what? The road is very good straight, no disturbance of any kind, and you are driving, and after some time, because no activity, then the lullaby effect comes and you go and dash and die. So what they do, there is a speed breaker on the road, that Lord's name is like a speed breaker. See? So, sarvavid bhajati mam sarva bhavena bharata. Now this is the last verse. इति गुह्यतमं शास्त्रम् इदमुक्तं मया नघ एतद्बुद्ध्वा बुद्धिमान् स्यात् कृतकृत्यश्च भारत. There are three shastra: Guhya Shastra, Guhyatara Shastra, and Guhyatama Shastra. Like good, better, best. The imperative, comparative, and superlative. So, Guhya Shastra is what? Guhya Shastra is how should we conduct our life in this manner so that we are not a problem for others and we don't take others as a problem. That is Dharma Shastra. Satyam vada dharmam chara swadhyayan ma pramadaha acharyaya priyam dhanamavritya prajatantum ma vyavachesi matrudevo bhava pitrudevo bhava. This is the Guhya Shastra, Dharma Shastra. Then Guhyatara Shastra is what? Keep the divine as the important theme of your life. Yad yad karma karomi tat tad akhilam shambho tavaradhana. Guhyatara Shastra is Upasana Shastra. Guhyatama Shastra is Adhyatma Shastra. Iti Guhyatamam Shastram. So, the topic where world is discussed is the Guhya Shastra. The topic where the realization, going to hell and heaven, doing the devotion bhakti, that is the Guhyatara Shastra. And he who recognizes himself as the Purushottama, that is the Guhyatama Shastra. Iti Guhyatamam Shastram. This is the ultimate of all the spiritual life. What is the meaning of ultimate of spiritual life? Krutakruttascha Bharata. You will attain fulfillment in life. What is the fulfillment? Nothing is left incomplete. There is no achievement, there is no failure. Life is fulfilled. Etat buddha buddhiman syat. If the life is not fulfilled, then I wish, I should have done this thing for my children, but I am not able to do this thing. Oh God, please help them. All the time thinking about the worldly things, relations, all that. In that thought process you die. Next life you are born again in the same family. See? Drop everything. Krutakruttascha Bharata. When the death comes, we should have the courage to say, come on, why are you late? See, friend, Krutakruttascha Bharata. Nothing to be achieved, nothing to be protected. Fulfillment in life. So, etat buddha buddhiman syat. And what is the important thing? Buddha. We don't have to do anything. Recognize yourself. There are two words. One is jnanam, second is bodha. Jnana is the knowledge, what you are hearing is the knowledge, jnanam. Bodha is the experience. The whole spiritual practice is conversion of the knowledge into experience is spiritual practice. Etat buddhva buddhiman syat krutakruttascha bharata. This is the only chapter wherein Bhagavan uses the word Shastra, meaning it is complete. Here, world and the position of the world is given. So, yastam vedavid, he who knows what the world is nothing other than you. Then, what is the technique? Asanga shastrena drudena chitva, that is what you. Then, nirvana moha, that is what you. Then, vimudha nanu pashanti jnana chakshushaha, this is what you are. You are not the jiva. You are functioning through some instrument. And then, yasmat charamati tuham aksharadapi chottamaha. Because I support the changing and the person who is getting influenced by the changes. Beyond that, therefore I am Purushottama. So all the things that are worthy of knowing as a spiritual practice are taken care of in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, first I told you, essence, the ultimate knowledge is Veda. Essence of Veda is the Upanishad. Essence of Upanishad is Bhagavad Gita. Essence of Bhagavad Gita is 15th chapter. Essence of 15th chapter is Etan Buddhva Buddhiman Syat Krutakruttascha Bharata. life have to be discovered as fulfilled. There is nothing to do, nowhere to go. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om.